Hand with a minute left. What is up? If you are here waiting, we got Brent, Age of Grogu here. Finally, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to hold it down in the chat though, because Brent is usually very reliable in the chat, and he's gonna be bringing him in here for the first time. I'm excited to talk about some Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage. We're gonna do full spoilers. I'll save that a little bit later, but up front, we're gonna talk about What If Episode 8. This was my favorite episode so far, so I'm looking forward to talking to you about it with Brent. Hang in there. We're going live in just a minute. All right, we're gonna go live, and Johnny from All New Nerds just popped in the room. Can't wait.
Woo!
Yes. What's up, boys?
Hey,
Guys.
how's it going?
Hello. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome back. This is actually All New Nerds number 36,
Wow,
which is a
you're getting there.
milestone. Yep. Usually, this is the stream is pretty choppy right when it starts. I'm sorry about that. Brent and I were just talking about StreamYard. He was like, "Send me the StreamYard link," and I'm like, "Actually, I haven't jumped onto the StreamYard boat wagon yet because I just haven't felt like paying for it."
Yeah.
And
it is expensive.
Yeah, I'm making use of.
We're actually trying to
OBS.
move back to Streamlabs because
Really?
we figured out a couple
Oh, yeah?
things. Yeah. So
That's cool.
but,
Okay, did you already like paid for a year
StreamYard
on
is
All New Nerds,
yeah.
right?
We're gonna wait for the end of the year to wrap up or the
Okay.
year cycle.
I
But
do
yeah, it
like
was-
the features that on the seeing
It's
you guys
really
highlight
easy.
questions, and yeah, it just looks like it's nice and
yeah,
also
we can
like,
set up in
my-
like 10 seconds. Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
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 Because I have like on my computer, if I'm running OBS and an internet browser and Zoom, it just like I was telling Brent, my computer is actually like my best computer is a 2012. So I'm like I'm
It's
still using
ancient.
it. No, but it's actually a good computer. It's
Okay,
an
that's
i7,
cool.
But
Awesome.
I definitely I'm thinking about getting StreamYard, but that's interesting that you said you guys are thinking of going back, Johnny, because StreamYard I
Yeah,
feel like is
we
it's
we
the
used
standard.
we were doing a Battlefront stream not too long ago, and we used Streamlabs again, and like we're figuring out a whole thing. We kind of update our setup and stuff, so we're working on it. But
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I hope since Brent, I said you're not in the chat, we're gonna have to rely on our boys,
What's that?
Lavelle and maybe Mandy and Angie and Ranch. If any of these guys show up, we don't have Brent in the chat today to
Oh,
hold
wait.
it down.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I should. I got to figure out how that works. Anyway, whatever. In the chat, and we had a fun one last week with Lavelle and Wrench as well on chat. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, I love this.
Brent
you know,
and Wrench have a weird relationship.
Either way.
I feel like this little Johnny. When I first contacted you guys back around the Mandalorian finale,
Yeah.
like this was kind of what I was thinking about, was that there's gonna be like a little community of people that
Oh, I know.
you're talking about Wrench and
Coming
Lavelle.
true.
and Brent.
Yeah,
Coming
yeah.
to fruition.
It's like this cast of characters that we're expanding, and we're all kind of
Yeah.
collaborating and joining
Oh, it's
in
cool.
on each other's streams. And this is hey, Wrench's old account. Can't really
Wrench's
stay
old
because I
account,
haven't
yeah.
seen it yet, but this seems like so fun.
Yep.
Brent,
There you go.
decide-
That's right. Yep.
Yellow
Now
or
I'm on the
blue,
chat.
Brent?
What's that? Yellow or blue?
Yeah,
Yeah, yellow or
that's
blue.
what Wrench says.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I can see him now. Okay, all right, there we go. Yellow or blue. I don't know what he means by yellow or blue. He was
I don't know
debating
either.
whether he says his name. Anyway,
All right. Well, anyway, guy, I'm glad
Yeah.
you're here, Brent, because last week during our awesome Visions discussion, pretty much Visions was positive feedback across the board from everybody, I feel like. And you know what? Another one thing I noticed about Visions was that most people would agree that there were weaker episodes.
Oh yeah.
You know, particularly like
Yeah.
episode 2. A lot of people didn't like episode 6 as much. You
Yeah.
know, but we can all sit back and agree that there were weaker episodes, but that overall everyone still enjoyed it. That I think is it's not just like, oh, it was awesome across the board. I feel like
Right.
being able to say, yeah, some of it wasn't so good. but still
Yeah,
be like, I loved it. That
but
speaks
when you're
volumes.
saying it wasn't so good, every episode was still pretty well done.
Yeah.
There were just ones that tuned into people's attention a little more than
Yeah.
others. I found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it across the board.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
did enjoy it across the
Yeah,
board.
no, me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. There's
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
who.
And if you guys haven't been over to Brent Age of Grogu yet, Brent, you're doing your own reactions now, and you were probably you were probably smarter in your decision of doing it. Like you did episodes 1 through 4, and then episodes 5 through 9, and just 2 videos. That
it was a tough night that Friday night. We decided to pick up the final 5 the next day, but we also did the what if that week as well. So
yeah,
Levi and I watched it all the way through.
All the way through. Oh my God, you suffered
at 3 a.m. for Mike.
Oh yeah. That would.
You guys said that you both really enjoyed episode 9 of Visions, though, right? So it ended on.
I liked 9. Yeah.
Episode 9. 9.
I didn't know anything about it. That was the
it.
one I feel like we knew nothing about. So going in, I was like, okay, I have no.
I
idea.
loved that they ended the whole series on a dark, like the bad guy won, and that was it.
Yeah.
That
it was an Anakin moment, but I
interesting
thought it was
choice
cool.
there.
Yeah.
I
wasn't big on the style of animation personally. It would just never grab me. And
I liked it a lot. I liked how they did the lightsabers. The fade was really cool.
Yeah, I liked some of it. I thought that I called them chocobos, but they were like, bipedal horse bird kind of creatures.
Yes.
Have you ever played Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy?
No, I have not.
A chocobo
I'm
is
not a
kinda
gamer.
like those things looked like chocobos. Anyway,
Okay.
Some of it I enjoyed, but I agree. I felt like the animation was like a little bit not quite as good as some of the other episodes.
Well, it's just a different style.
It came right after La Pinocho too, which I thought was probably one of the best animated.
Yeah, going in, I didn't think I would like that episode, but
me too. Yeah.
I have now, by the way, watched all of Visions again for a third and even a fourth time.
What?
I've done it.
Wow.
I've done it.
Someone's had plenty of free time on their hands.
I finally watched it all in Japanese though, which was what I really wanted.
That's what I want to do next.
And I was shocked at how many moments where I was like, "This is so much better." I felt particularly episode 3 because I feel like the over the top Neil Patrick Harris kind of sometimes the English dub is a little.
You like the
cringe.
Japanese dub, but
it was so much better in
real
sub. Yeah, it was way better in sub.
Right.
Just that episode in particular, I felt like the voice acting was a little bit over the top.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It
definitely was. I
but
can
then
agree
again,
with
that whole episode is just over the top, and that was just
definitely
anyway,
that was the one that
I don't want to do too much Visions talk right now because I wanted to talk about What If episode 8. I know Johnny, you haven't been as huge on What If.
I'm shocked he's not a big fan of it.
So I won't linger too long on What If, but
no, we can talk about it. I'm down.
You did watch this episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Brent, you found your way into the chat. Awesome.
I did, yes.
No. I feel like would you call this your favorite episode of What If, or are you?
Who are you asking me?
Johnny. Yeah. No. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I thought this was just unequivocally
it's
the
still
best one.
Doctor Strange, and it probably will be. There's only one episode left. It's gonna be Doctor Strange.
And we haven't had Jenny on here in weeks, but
I know. Yeah. What's going on?
Hated
that
Doctor Strange episode,
which baffles me still.
I feel like What If has had quite the not necessarily polarizing, but more like people are just
a lot of
picking
different
and choosing what they like and don't like.
Yeah.
Right.
No, for sure. I agree.
Visions, I feel like was a pretty across the board. Most people felt the same way about it. I did see some negativity in some comment sections, but nothing that I would pay attention to.
Right.
And also, pretty much everybody agreed, like, oh, Ninth Jedi needs a show, and
I mean, like, there's a lot of them that I want,
needs
that
some
I
more.
Yeah.
I
really hope
everybody wants a season 2. That's for sure.
It'd be weird season 2. Like, do you think they would just continue those stories that, like, you don't think they'd bring other studios in? I feel like I don't know what their approach would be for a season 2. Would it be to continue some of those stories that were in season 1, or would
maybe do like half of them new, half of them continuations, depending on what they do. I feel like this Disney investor meeting or whatever is going to be coming up in a few months, right?
Yep, November.
Yeah.
And that's probably hopefully enough time for them to make the move to be like.
We have Disney Plus Day, which should show some stuff.
Levi, by the way, hi Levi. You're not feeling well today, but.
Oh man!
But don't let Johnny get away with the what if tomfoolery. See, even you guys on All New Nerds, you guys have your differences of opinions here.
Oh yes, for sure.
That's interesting.
We definitely.
But yeah, I was gonna say that if they have their Disney investor meeting type thing, that's hopefully enough time for them to hear what people have been saying about Visions.
Yeah.
To like
Yeah.
maybe
Yes,
react to that
Hey.
feedback and take some action in terms of we hear what you're saying, we hear you guys want this, like maybe announce something, maybe
Right.
Visions related. I mean, specifically, that's
Well, I mean, I can say this, like,
is that enough time for
we're
them to
ju- we're
greenlight
just-
something new? I mean,
we're just hitting like the like we have barely even begun the amount of projects that Lucasfilm Animation have like they're working on right now. Like it's gonna be
crazy.
We will have a lot.
mhm.
I don't know. There's one. I don't know if you want me to talk about it. That kind of got rumored that might be happening.
I think Wrench is antagonizing you, Johnny. He says, did you hit puberty? Your voice is dry.
Oh,
My voice is dropped. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's just Wrench being he's
being
pushing
Wrench.
buttons.
Yes, he's being
Absolutely.
We love him.
Yep.
But no, there's one project that kind of I forget. We talked about it on our thing. Levi was bringing it up, but there's one project that apparently this is what it's gonna be. So they're going to redo the OT in animation in the Macquarie style.
Oh yeah, okay. I did
Yeah.
hear
So
about
that's
this.
like the original concepts, like the old
Think-
designs,
I'm,
like the
I'm
Zeb,
thinking
like
about
the
like
Zeb,
that
the
picture
Zeb
of like
Chewbacca, like
the
that.
I would
C-3PO
like to
in
know
the
where the
desert.
source of that information is, but okay.
I will pull it up right now. I will find
Okay,
it.
all right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Actually,
you know-
if Levi's still in here,
Hmm.
send it to me because I forget exactly where we found it. But
oh yeah.
I will look it up.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but after seeing Visions, and how excited people got by things that are just like their own thing. It's a Star Wars what if. It's a, you know,
Yeah.
the ninth Jedi, for instance,
Possibly.
could be hundreds of
His-
years after the sequels, or it could just be its
Yeah.
own universe. Its own.
See, here's my thing with the Star Wars universe. I think there's so many stories that could be told and so many spin-offs of certain characters that it doesn't necessarily need a what if to contain original, already existing characters and stories. I'm invested in seeing what happens when, you know, Book of Boba introduces 3 new characters and follow 3 new characters on a different adventure. Learn about their past, learn about their future. I'm more
Yeah.
excited for that sort of stuff. I
Yes.
don't know if we need to see a what if, you know, Luke Skywalker was evil instead of you know whatever. And you know, we saw a bit of that in the Lego Star Wars special that they did last night on the
Oh, I didn't watch that
Halloween
yet.
special. You haven't watched it? It's got some moments. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's silly fun, but worth
Right.
watching. I did a
Yeah,
reaction. video.
Ren's in it, which is funny.
Huh?
Like Ren is in it, and like the Knights of Ren.
Yes, yeah. It's probably the most backstory we have
Yeah.
seen on the Ren
I bet.
concept than
That's sad.
anything that the
That's sad.
sequels ever made.
Right.
And it's not canon, but it was actually cool. It's definitely
So
worth, and it was done in the
the-
Lost Boys style of format.
Interesting.
It was
Yeah.
actually really cool. Anyway,
So the this report comes from the hashtag show, and they've actually reported on
Okay.
a lot. I think they report on a couple Marvel things too.
okay,
But
all right.
they've hit the mark in the past. So
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
we
anyway,
will see.
It certainly sounds like a cool project that I would
Yeah.
be down to see. So.
Johnny, I don't want to hammer too much about what if you're
No,
not feeling it entirely.
I'm fine with
but-
whatever you want to talk about.
Well, no, because
so-
I feel like for me in particular,
I
this
loved it.
episode of What If was very. I feel like it was the first time I felt like
Yeah.
it had like consequence. In
Yeah, I felt the danger. I felt
think-
the
I think the
threat
Doctor
that
Strange
everything
one
could be
did
at
too.
risk.
yeah.
Right, but this is. I mean,
Ultron
I,
Vision is
I-
the most powerful
yeah,
being we've ever
yeah.
seen.
because
I
honestly,
love-
Easily,
I
yeah.
thought that the good Doctor Strange was gonna beat him, but he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah,
He killed him.
that's.
You know?
I like this on par with the
I
Doctor
think-
Strange.
I think they
episode.
were
I thought it was
stakes.
just as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but no, I don't. No, but don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think this
Oh,
is
no,
like,
no, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
my top 3.
Right,
Definitely
right.
my top 3.
I didn't. I cut it out of my reaction in the section, I think. But when that one scene where you see Ultron like enormous Galactus style, like
Yeah,
eating the
that was a
galaxy,
cool-
Mind blowing,
My-
absolutely mind blowing.
my
was a cool
initial
shot.
like reaction was,
love
wait,
that.
Galactus, and then I
Yeah.
was like, wait, no, it's just like
It's
another,
just-
it's
yeah.
Ultron.
I think it was
but
making
I did
tribute
see
to
some-
him.
Yeah, I saw some people
Yeah.
misinterpreting that in the.
Oh, we did. Oh,
comments.
yeah, we did in our reaction.
Thinking
video
that it was
first.
Galactus.
Yeah.
Okay,
They,
so I
they
wasn't
brought
the
back
only
the
one there.
Kirby
But it was still
dots,
cool.
which I liked.
Yeah.
Some of the effects that was cool to see.
They got hit so hard that they were hit into the Kirby dots.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking
And
that
then
like ultimately
they might have
in the
been on
MCU,
Mustafar.
yes, that scene.
Yeah. Is it
I think
official?
that's more
Everyone-
of a-
everyone's like, "Oh my God, Star
Yeah.
Wars is in." Yeah,
No,
is
I
in
think it's more if it is if you
Star Wars.
want it to be.
Yeah.
If you want it to be Mustafar, then fine. It's Disney.
Yep.
They own it. They can tease you like that. But it didn't have any like defining other than lava. Like you didn't see Vader's palace, right? You just saw like kind of like a spire in the background.
Yeah, but it's all a lava planet. I get it. I don't.
So
agree
every
with it
like
either,
every
but-
sno planet we see is Hoth.
I know.
It's Star Wars.
But they had the silhouette of Vader's castle. I will say that. But that's
Kind
the only
of.
thing, so,
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. I don't think that's what that is.
Anyway, I thought
Anyways.
that like ultimately in the MCU, Galactus is that like ultimate like unbeatable, world-eating being that's going to be like a very bad guy in the coming years.
Very bad guy.
at some point.
Yeah.
But that this version of Ultron Vision that we saw was the most powerful
Yeah.
being that we've seen so far, like even more so than Dormammu.
I have
Thanos.
a question. Now, in the aspect, it seems like they've kind of officially or unofficially announced that there will be a season 2 of this from one of the interviews I saw.
Yeah, there is a season 2.
So,
Yep.
so my thing
Know
is that
for sure.
they'll. I mean, they're obviously going to somehow defeat this version of Ultron.
Yeah.
But consider the fact: what would be more interesting than Ultron, but a Zola Ultron in season 2 or something, and picking up? Because come think about it, the way that they're going to defeat, Ultron in this episode, I'm guessing is going to be
right,
around Zola because infect him. But what would a Zola Ultron actually do? What would he actually? Think about that as a season
Not something
2.
I was thinking I was ever gonna have
know.
to think about is Zola Ultron.
Ultron, I
Sounds
know.
cool.
It's so random and like,
That would be awesome to see too.
Zola, Vision, Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But they just keep unpacking in the bad guys into this
Yeah.
one body, and
Right.
it will probably rebirth or reform or
Yeah.
whatever, and become the new threat.
Hmm.
But it would be an interesting concept.
It is
of
interesting.
What if season 2? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, like, I can imagine that the show just gonna end with them defeating this Ultron, but
I would guess so. I also had read that they mentioned that they also were going to do
they
a
being
10th
all of
episode.
the heroes that we've introduced so far. like
yeah. So
the
there's
T'Challa,
a shot-
Star-Lord.
The Avengers Endgame, or whether it'll just be that
I
still
don't-
is the coolest moment in
Yeah, I
Marvel
don't,
history.
I don't think so.
Yeah, nothing could ever beat that.
I don't. Yeah.
Looks
That'd
like
be-
my
well,
internet
No Way Home might,
disconnected
for me.
momentarily, but it came back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For who?
I think we're all good. It's gonna
Okay.
be choppy and blurry, but that's just
Okay.
my
That
internet.
damn Cape Cod.
that damn Cape Cod internet.
There you go.
I don't have the LAN, I don't have the Ethernet line
The
like
Ethernet.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All good.
Elon.
All good.
Yeah.
Elon. Are you on? Yeah, you're at school, right, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
So you're on Ethernet as well.
No,
you
no,
you have very
not.
powerful
My
like
school has a
Wi-Fi,
pretty
though.
good Wi-Fi. I don't
Yeah.
have too many issues.
That's cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
man. When you think
Yeah.
about how much Comcast rapes me for every month,
Comcast
you think I could
sucks.
get a decent
I
internet
don't-
connection?
I
over
would
here?
say none of them are good.
Anyway, what
Anyways,
if up
sorry.
until this point for me has been like fun and
Yeah, I've been
enjoyable,
enjoying it.
and
Yeah,
each
it's
episode has
fine.
been its own like
I
unique
watch it.
little what if. But this episode I
Yeah.
felt like was the first one where I was like, oh, maybe this is kind of canon-ish. Like every week I make some sort of
hold on.
remark.
Everything is canon.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every week I make some sort of remark in my reaction, like, yeah, I know this isn't really canon. And then someone will be like, but it is really canon.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but it isn't.
Yeah.
But this is the first episode where I'm like, oh, like this might actually,
Right.
this version of Ultron might actually become consequential, or we might see ripples of this in other things, and who
Yeah.
knows? It felt like it might have more significance for once,
Yeah.
Right.
and it
Yeah,
hit harder for
agreed.
me in that way.
Agreed.
We'll see what happens, but I do think it wouldn't be hard to have a season 2 just based on
Oh
what they
no,
did.
they are
yeah.
100% having a season 2.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you could come up with anything
It is.
and do
It is confirmed. It is confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we had zombies for fuck's sake. It's
Yeah.
they can do
Which I
anything.
didn't really like.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
No, every episode has had a little bit
made
of
Spider-Man weird in that,
silliness
too.
to it at points as well.
Mhm.
There's
Yep.
sort of like it doesn't take itself too seriously, which I like.
Yeah.
It knows, and Marvel's always been good at that. Let's be honest. Marvel's kind of got they call it Marvel humor for a reason.
Oh yeah. I mean, it still was a very dark season though overall. But I've enjoyed the journey that they've taken. So I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much at the beginning, but I kind of dug it more than I thought I was. Sorry, Johnny, you didn't
Yeah,
not enjoying it as much.
no,
But
it's like it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
like freaking out about
it's just not your top tier thing
No.
of
Love the
Fair
Doctor
enough.
Strange though episode.
Fair
That's
enough.
like that's probably some of my favorite Marvel.
Yeah. That definitely is up there. That was
Yeah.
it was so beautifully dark.
So
and I say
just-
beautifully dark. Yeah.
All of that episode was just so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the one that made the most sense as a what if scenario, because I feel like a lot of them have been like this one makes the most sense like in the context of the MCU we know. Well, I
Yeah.
feel like the other ones were kind of like a little bit like you have to kind of think outside the MCU
Yeah.
box for it. So
Well, Mike, I'm curious to know what Jenny's reactions are.
She
on
had
the,
for what if
other
she's
ones.
kind of given up. Like she.
Oh,
didn't,
she
like-
did. She
Well,
just
I
didn't continue at all.
I think she intends to kind of like maybe finish it, but she kind
Okay.
of just lost interest after Strange. She was
Really?
like, I'm over
Okay.
it.
Fair enough.
oh my god, I can't
Wow.
believe that did it. What?
I
I
know.
cannot believe that.
But like overall, you had
Wow.
you're not.
That's the one that. Oh my god,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the best one by far.
Yeah,
That's-
no, and
Oh
she
my
was like
God.
really
Yeah.
critical of it too.
I
Yeah,
know,
no,
she
I
was-
remember we saw it. Yeah, we watched
This
it.
is
I
the
was
most
like, what?
recycled,
Yeah.
like overused
That's
storyline.
insane.
Yeah, well,
It was. Yes, it was an overused storyline, but my God, it still was just to see that character go that dark
yeah,
and to that level of power. It just shows. It's mind blowing. It was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that Jenny really does want to do Book of Boba Fett with me though, and I'm excited for
Okay.
that because we haven't had any
She's not as much
Jenny
of
on
a
Star Wars.
Star
Yeah.
Wars fan, right?
But
though?
she did watch
Yeah.
The Mandalorian. and
Okay.
She reads Star Wars.
Oh, reads it. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but she's a big fan of Fennec Shand as a character.
Okay.
From what she saw in
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
She obviously hasn't watched like The Bad Batch, which had some Fennec Shand in it. But
Yeah.
and also Boba Fett himself and Tamora Morrison. She just loves the whole idea of it. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that it's gonna be fun. But also the news about it dropping on Wednesdays. I was not expecting that because
Yeah.
why had they just all of a sudden made Wednesday the day over on Disney Plus?
It's frustrating. We've got these choices. I mean, my choice is always going to be a live action Star Wars over a live action Marvel that day. The thing is that I'm, like everyone, we're doing reaction videos once in a while, and some of us react with other people. So it becomes this hard choice for other people. But for me, I'm always going to say, need to see the Star Wars first. I will record and watch the Marvel the following day, but I can't do two in one night. It's too exhausting. And
And Lavelle says, "What's a Book of Boba Fett?" Come on, bro. You wait. I don't think Lavelle even watched Visions, right? You're not even really, or did you?
We should be getting a trailer very soon, by the way.
For Book of
Yeah.
Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
I was hoping they would have dropped it the day after the poster, but
I know. I know. I was like,
It's gonna
"Oh,
be.
why didn't they
I
do
think
it
it'll be a
alongside
very. It's gonna
a
be.
poster. Ugh.
I don't think it's gonna be very significant. I think it's gonna be like a heavily teased.
No,
like-
it's gonna be like Mando season 2 trailer.
You think?
They will not reveal anything. They're gonna do the
Yeah.
same. they're gonna do the same thing
yeah,
they did.
yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh my god! I was just thinking about the one trailer. I think it was for. It was attached to the Super Bowl or something like. No. What was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It was the second Mandalorian teaser
Yeah.
trailer, though,
Oh,
for
that's
season
right.
And
2.
like
yeah.
everybody was like,
It showed
Ahsoka's
nothing,
gonna be
like
in that.
nothing.
You're like, you don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like, it's gonna, that trailer is going to be insane. And then
Ahsoka's gonna be. in
I
that.
recorded. Well, it's obviously before we made the channel, but I
Yeah.
recorded myself. I found the video actually the other day, and I was like, "Damn!" I was so disappointed. My face. You just saw me progressively like lose my smile. and
I
stuff.
think I was watching at the time Kessler on Transmissions
Yeah,
version,
KRT
and
definitely
I was
did that.
quietly laughing my ass
Hey,
off because I was
yeah.
upset, but I was kind of like, oh no, the build up, and we just never got the build up
Yes,
to what we were
they
hoping to have seen.
they were
yeah,
a little bit responsible.
yeah, I know,
but it's fine.
but
yeah.
still, yeah.
Having Mandalorian at the end of 2020, and now it's the end of 2021. We're not going to get Mandalorian season 3. We're getting Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And considering a lot of that storyline is tied in directly, like I think I'm confident to say we will probably run into Cobb Vanth, right? We'll get Timothy Olyphant. Why wouldn't we? This is
I would, yeah. It's
on Tatooine.
There's
It's-
some
yeah.
confirmed characters that I know about if you want me to say, but
I
we
think-
don't
well,
have to
anyway,
say it.
stuff-
But yes,
wait.
I think there's a lot of potential with
Oh, is he?
So
He's
much
not
potential
confirmed
of-
though.
I'm fine with knowing nothing. I mean, I'm fine
Wait,
to watch
what, Johnny? What? Don't be
Yeah.
shady.
I mean, like, let me double check. But last time I remember.
I don't
Alright.
remember hearing anything about Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything with him locked in.
But I just
yet,
feel like
but,
since he lives on Tatooine
He would make
and
logical
he
sense.
wore
It would make-
he
yeah,
wore
it
the
would make-
armor.
I
for
think they're
years.
gonna
Yeah.
do not the origin, but like the Return of the Jedi stuff.
yeah, I hope so. That would.
You
be
mean the
wonderful.
like getting out of the Sarlacc, or
Yes.
right after the Sarlacc?
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeing
getting out of the
at least a flashback.
I
want
to see that a lot. Like
Everybody does.
I think
You know,
we all.
I
do.
think a
feel
lot of
like-
people are
But
expecting that. For
I
the
think
first
they
episode.
I think they know it too. I think
The
they
basic-
know that the
yeah,
audience
the
wants to
basic
see that.
synopsis for the show is just like Boba's like kind of on a revenge spree,
Mm.
like going after the people who wronged him in the past. So
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of potential for flashbacks.
Okay, so I mean, Cad
Also-
Bane is the character that everybody's like. That's.
It-
the
I would
it's-
one.
hope so. I
like-
would hope he's in it.
There's,
Yeah.
it makes too much sense, and there's been some crumbs about it.
Crumbs. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
yeah.
I think they're
There's a trail.
they're pulling out all the stops for bounty hunters. Like they're bringing in even ones from the comics and stuff. Like we know at least one of them from the comics.
You think we'll get Dengar, we'll get Embo.
Yeah, I think we're getting the whole ESB crew again.
the
I
whole
think we
squad.
will. I think
Yeah.
we will.
And
yeah.
Robert Rodriguez.
and
is like,
Bosk.
you guys,
Oh, fuck
you guys
yes.
don't even know what the show's gonna be like.
You know what?
It's
I
gonna
don't
blow
want
you
them to
away.
do Bosk like they did the Trandoshans in the Mandalorian. I don't want that. I want them to do Bosk
no.
ESP
They will,
style.
they will do
They'll
cool
keep it-
Bosk.
because
Yeah,
I was
they're
not
gonna-
a fan of that Trandoshan.
Let's take over. How? Oh, we just lost.
Am I? Are
I'm
you guys
back. Oh.
there?
Well, Are we still alive?
Oh.
Am I here?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you.
We
Oh
can-
my
can't
god,
see you.
my internet is failing.
Ah,
So,
dude,
Let
it's
me
been
see,
one
I
of
think-
those weeks.
I actually lost Zoom there for a second.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
really?
Let's see.
Yeah, and my OBS disconnected. I'm watching the stream now.
Are
and
we
it's
still
like-
alive?
Are we
Still live? Yeah, it's
Okay,
still there.
alright,
Okay.
alright.
All right.
Alright. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So John, yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. I'm excited more about the underworld than anything. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
still upset that we may never. Well, we may get to see the 50 or so scripts that Lucasfilm shelved. Sorry, Disney shelved from Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Because I would love to know what was going on in those stories, because that
Yeah.
was all about the underworld too.
Yeah,
so-
no, I know. I do as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I have like strong faith in Robert Rodriguez. Like I just remember the
Oh,
gallery
yeah.
episode, and like he
Yeah.
like his storyboard was literally just
Yeah.
him playing with action figures, which was the
Yeah.
coolest thing.
Have
Like,
you seen?
Yeah. What's up?
Have you seen the interview with Robert Rodriguez and the director, producer, writer of Mandalorian?
Filoni, Favreau.
Favreau, yeah, Favreau. Sorry, yeah, John Favreau. Here we got Johnny back. We got Mike back.
No, got it? No,
Nope, not quite.
no, okay.
Almost got
Got
Mike.
it.
I'm trying to get my camera to work, but it's definitely
Oh man.
womp womp.
No.
It's all good, guys. It's all good. You know what? I really like. Ultimately, I wanted to talk about Venom real
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh, Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
We can wrap
Yeah.
the stream up. Make it a quick stream
Okay.
today. It's all
All
good.
right.
But I
Okay.
did want to talk about Venom because I thought this was kind of a unique movie. I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I expected.
It's exactly what I expected.
Oh, it was exactly
It's,
what you
it's
expected.
exactly what I expected. I agree with Johnny here. I mean,
Oh, wow.
if we talk about the first one just for a second, I didn't bother me as much as everybody else at the time, but it was a forgettable movie.
Oh,
Here's
this
the-
is right
here's
for
the
now.
ma-
It's non-spoiler. We'll go very spoiler in a second.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Here's
yeah.
the main
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that bothers me. It's just like, especially with Venom, it's not Venom.
Right.
He's just not Venom at all, really. Like besides the look, that relationship is not how
Right.
it is. Like it just, I don't know.
Yeah,
Taking out a major
I
element
gathered.
like Spider-Man, just. I think there is a way you could do it without Spider-Man, but like, they just didn't do it in the way that it should have been done. Like
I'm gonna have to use my
the symbiote is
the
literally
FaceTime camera.
it feeds off of fear. I mean
Right.
anger, fear and anger,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's what it gets attracted to, and that's
There
why
it is.
I was attracted to Peter at first, and then it went to Eddie because Eddie had hatred for
Right,
Peter
right.
and all that stuff. So
Right.
it's kind of that story, but like, I think you still could have done that and taken out the Spider-Man element, even though I don't agree with it. I think you still should have, and just yeah, I mean Tom Hardy's like, I think he's a good Eddie Brock, but like again, he's not Eddie Brock Like it's just
I never
odd.
saw him as the Eddie Brock type character
Yeah.
to begin with. I always thought it was a strange choice of actor, and he's a great actor. Don't get me
No, yeah,
wrong.
he's
I love his
yeah, he's
work,
great.
but it just
I
was
do too.
he felt certainly definitely older than I would have expected Eddie Brock to have been. I don't know
Yeah.
if that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
part of, as well as
I hear that.
it was again, everybody's doing the best for the role that they can do,
Right.
but I feel like there's a Sony scripting issue that still kind of pulls it down, that I haven't
It's just
quite
it's
got
just
the
the way
same.
it's just
yeah.
the way they approached it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, Carnage was cool though. I mean, Woody Harrelson, I think is a good casting. I don't know. I still can't decide if I thought
He
like that
he was
good.
fine. He didn't bother me, but
Yeah.
again, there's this element of like,
I won't get into spoilers, but there's a couple things
Mm.
that I want to talk about that I really didn't like.
You really didn't like.
Mm.
Well, we could probably hop into we can hop into spoilers if you want.
Let's do that, for sure.
It'll just make things easier because you guys already talked about it over on All New Nerds. Johnny and Levi.
Mm-hmm. Do a little review.
So if you guys haven't been over to All New Nerds, check out their video as well.
Thank you.
If there's anybody left after my multiple crashes, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm obviously having a bad internet day.
It happens.
sorry, dude.
It happens.
It's another I think hopefully maybe if I get StreamYard, the bad internet won't seem as bad.
I would try.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can,
Yeah.
like, I don't know where your router is, but if you can try an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, I'm kind of like, it's far away from me.
Far away,
Doesn't
yeah.
help.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Fair
It
enough.
doesn't help.
Yeah,
No.
no, I
Yeah.
get it. But anyways,
Yeah.
Well, not far away
Um,
from me, just upstairs. It's,
yeah, right. And
Yeah.
Far enough away.
That would be a pain. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
But
you.
anyway,
but,
Venom
yeah.
2. I was saying that
Mhm.
it's I would actually, you know what? I go back on saying that it wasn't what I expected because I agree. Like I expected that, but it wasn't like the way I feel about it isn't what I expected.
Right.
I guess is more sort
But
of.
I think a lot of how people feel about the movie is because of the end credit scene.
Oh well, you think so? Well, I
do.
feel your bias being Mr. Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
But it is. I mean, it's significant. It's important.
Yeah.
But it is an end credit scene. I don't feel like the movie is necessarily defined by that end credit scene.
I feel like
It's
that's all
My-
that's been talked about. though.
That is alwa's been
You
talked
gotta
about. I mean,
admit, like I don't know if
right.
anybody's even talked about Carnage. It's just been about that credit scene.
Yeah.
Right after I saw the movie, I downplayed it a little bit, and I did text Johnny, and I said, "So
Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah.
I just saw the film."
I was
And
literally
he was like, "What did-
literally,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
about to see it in an hour.
And
too. It
and
was
and I
fun.
was saying that the best way to explain this film, if Venom 1 felt like it was a superhero film that was shot in the 90s, then Venom 2 is a superhero shot that was shot in the early 2000s on the way they perceived superheroes at that point in time.
Yeah.
And as we've seen
feels
over the
like
course
that.
of the last 40 years of movie-related superheroes, we've seen a development go from the campy right through to the, to the more serious and still campy, but then they've got more realistic within the realm of realism. And I feel like because they took Venom 2 into that early 2000s of the way they do it, we've got like a Fantastic Four version of 2000 and kind
Yeah, I
of
agree with
time
that. It
period
definitely
of
feels like
how they told a story. And
Yeah.
I don't it's not
Interesting.
it's not the best way to bring and match and keep it on par with what the rest of Marvel is doing, in my opinion. I want to see that slightly more, less campy. Like, it's hard to explain. There's this point.
It
in
is hard
between
to
it all.
explain.
Yeah, there's this
No,
point
but
between.
that's an
feels like
that's
that.
an interesting thought that it's like a.
What's
it
weird is
feels-
that
it
there are,
feels like
I can
early
think of
2000s.
plenty of movies where there can't be objectively not good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
but they're still movies that I love that are enjoyable. And
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
always associate the objective whether or not a movie is good with my
Right.
enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah.
Those are disconnected for me. But yeah, and in this case, like I don't think this my personal opinion of this movie is that it was campy. Like you said, it did have a lot of
Right.
very-
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. It's hard to really give it a I couldn't even rate this movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, just because you know what? The one thing I noticed is that like watching this movie throughout, I was laughing in my head, but I never laughed out loud
Yeah,
once.
I did the same thing. I don't think I think
And
I
I
left
think
out
that
one
kind of
little
is like
chuckle.
a That's kind of like a way of
It's a warning
describing this
sign.
whole movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
like I was laughing, but in my head.
But
and
then-
that's like, why? Why is that?
I got a question though. All of those scenes that there were people in the crowd that I was at who were laughing at certain scenes, but everything they laughed at was what was already shown in the trailer. So my question is, were we not laughing because we already saw this
That's
in
what
the
Sony.
trailer?
That's what Sony does. And
Yeah,
a
they
little
do.
side note.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous for the No Way Home trailer because I think it's going to show everything.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll
Wait.
see.
Wait. So we're getting another No Way Home trailer?
Second, we have
Yeah.
only had one.
Because in my mind I'm
might
thinking
avoid
like
it.
we just got the No Way Home trailer.
No,
yeah,
that
it's-
just
yeah.
happened.
We should
Yeah.
have it.
I almost don't want
end
it.
of
I
this
don't want
month
it.
in November.
I don't
know.
want it. I don't.
I don't want
I
it.
Yeah.
I am very nervous because I think
No, yeah.
they have
I'm
a track
nervous now.
record of showing.
I didn't even
Well,
think that
yeah.
it was coming, and you just mentioned it. Now I'm nervous. Thanks.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
don't think they need to do that. That
Yeah.
was the most watched trailer ever.
Yeah, because this is the
Everyone
thing.
already
this
wants
is
to
the
see
thing.
the movie.
I'll
Yeah.
try. Even if I try to avoid it,
Mhm.
there's no way that it's
Yeah,
No,
because you
no,
know
it's
that
not.
whatever if there
not be seen.
there is a
I'd have to
Tobey
like
Maguire
go
and,
off the internet.
and
Yeah,
Garfield. That's going to be on every single page. You're not going to be able to turn to a page
we would
to,
have to
to
we would have to like rid
be
of
blackout
YouTube
for
and-
2 months.
yeah.
yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, Venom. So I will say compared to the first, it was more tonally consistent,
Mhm.
and it felt like a different movie. In a better way. I think this was definitely a better movie than the first. I
Agreed.
I kind of knew what it was going in, so I was able to turn my brain off, kind of just watch it for what it was.
Is it
There were a
weird
couple
if I
parts-
almost felt like this movie was like an origin part 2?
It
Does that make sense?
definitely was.
Because
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
it ended with like Eddie and Venom like coming to terms with their relationship with each other
Yeah.
and all of that, I almost felt like it was like the start of a new this is like the beginning of Venom.
Yeah.
But wait, how could it be? This is like the end of like of 2 movies. It felt like we kind of just got started almost
yeah.
with them. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
I
I mean when it comes
liked the first
yeah.
movie. I know
See,
a lot of people didn't.
it didn't bother me, but
Levi
it
liked
also
it too.
wasn't like over
Levi
the top.
said it's a
yeah.
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I prefer the
Madman
second
score.
one. I would prefer the second one over the first
Yes.
still. But I prefer it over the first because of direction. I think Andy Serkis did a decent job with some of the
Yeah.
material that he had there.
The visuals are really good. I will
And there
say
were
the
things that
visuals.
did and didn't work. Yeah, the little animation scene you see going on when
That was
he's talking about his it was great though. It
Yeah.
was very,
Oh,
picking
I didn't-
Granny down the
oh, I didn't-
stairs.
I didn't
and-
like
gotta,
that.
really see. I
No.
got to give credit to that. I actually did.
That
I
was-
liked that. That
That
there
was
was
weird.
weird, warped.
I liked it, but it was disturbing for sure.
It was definitely
Yeah,
disturbing.
I guess.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I can't tell if I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Fair
The
enough.
one, all right, I will say the one part,
Yeah.
and there was an instance where I was thinking of walking out of the theater. I'm not even kidding. Was when Carnage plugged into the internet. I lost it. Carnage
Oh,
plugged himself into the. Mm-mm.
and then like immediately hacked.
Hacked,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
A
like was-
symbiote hacking the internet. Nope.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that
yeah.
was a little bit like, wait, what?
I literally audibly said no in the theater. Yeah, it was.
really?
You just said no.
I was like, no.
Yeah,
No.
that was because I could see him like using the internet maybe, but not hacking like that, where it was like instantly
Yeah.
just got the
I was
classified
gonna,
information or
I
whatever.
was gonna
I
say-
had my hands in my face, literally just going like this.
I-
My roommates had to check in on me.
I was
They were
I
like,
was
"Are you
gonna
okay?"
I was gonna
No.
say, is there no cameras in a maximum facility ward that would show a character like Carnage escaping? Is there no cameras in a mental institution where he breaks
Could have broke
into
them all.
this
I mean, we
place?
did see him break one, right?
Yeah, we didn't see him break
Oh.
one, but there was no cameras to give any video
I know.
evidence
I get-
whatsoever,
yeah, yeah.
so that
I
the
get you.
FBI are sitting there going, "What's going on?" It's
Yeah, I
like,
know. Oh,
wait a
I know.
minute.
That. Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right,
yeah,
They were
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh wait.
Yeah,
apparently,
we don't know. There's
apparently
a monster running around.
Yeah, a monster that is
Yeah.
accompanying
Yeah.
Cletus
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I was
funny.
like, there is
Yeah.
no video evidence of this monster. Come on,
Like
seriously.
absolutely nobody. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
being party poopers right now.
Yeah, at times Woody
May-
Harrelson's
maybe this-
Carnage felt
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's Riddler. It almost got to there. It got to a Joel Schumacher level a couple times.
No,
for me.
I wouldn't.
When he
I
okay,
wouldn't do
when
that.
Woody
I wouldn't say
Harrelson is in
I
that-
almost feel like Venom
that-
is more like that.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
When
yeah,
Woody
yeah,
Harrelson's
yeah.
in that suit
Really?
and then he jumps into that old like vintage red car and like just
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
drives away.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
like
there was
that.
some.
There
Yeah,
was some stuff.
there was some
stuff.
cartoony,
Yeah.
non-carnage moments.
When he
with his
grabs
character,
Shriek and
yeah.
they like fly out and land in the
yeah,
car
yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
and, yeah. Some of
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have a question, and I don't understand enough of the comic books about Shriek, but at the very end, when she dies and the cop is there and his eyes turn blue, any thoughts, any ideas of what that was going on there? Because I have no idea why his eyes turned
Yeah,
blue
you're
after
right.
fighting Shriek, because her eyes were never glowing or anything like that, so I don't understand that concept.
It could be
in
maybe that like
world.
if they've like this is kind of dirty, but it could be implying that like he inseminated her with Carnage
yeah.
DNA or whatever. Like they
And
like,
we will
had
get
sex or
something new,
something,
and we'll get a new thing out of it from him.
right,
or
like they just broke her out of whatever, so like they probably
Yeah.
banged, right? And then
something. Yeah.
they've been all
I don't know.
thirsting for that. I think that was kind of my take on it, was that she
Yeah.
had been injected with Carnage, and now
I
it's gonna
think
be-
somehow something
she
she
passed
scratched-
it on to
yeah.
that guy. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
I agree though. That was really, I was kind of like
I just
confused.
didn't get
Yeah.
why it was necessary to show that, because it seemed like they were introducing something completely brand new that had no explanation as to why they were introducing this. You know, at that moment.
Was that
in
some
time.
deep cut that we are totally missing, or is it like is that like
Yeah. Again, I don't know enough about the comic books about who would have that kind of glowing blue eyes, but they seem to be kind of way off the comic book line of.
Oh,
what
so
these
that's a
characters are.
character.
Mm.
I know this answer. So that's
Okay.
a character. In the comics, it's his. He goes. All right, so yeah, the detective is like Detective Mulligan, I think his name was, or
Right.
whatever. But in the comics, he's this character called Toxin, and he's basically like an offshoot Carnage symbiote. If you look him up, he looks like kind of a mix of them. So he's a symbiote, but I
So
got
he
con-
is a symbiote.
I got
Okay,
confused
alright,
because
okay.
it looked like Shriek gave him his powers, or
Yeah.
so I don't know. It was very confusing.
Yeah,
I don't know. To be honest, I really don't.
Okay. All right.
I mean, and all Cletus Cassidy needed to become Carnage was to bite Eddie Brock like once and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
eat a little bit of his blood, and that was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
not
it didn't
blood.
take much. It didn't take much.
I've tasted
I-
blood before.
have to
and
admit,
that's
I-
not
I-
blood.
I did chuckle when Venom kind of goes, "It's a red one."
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
I will admit there
something we
was
saw in the trailer.
There were
Yeah,
some funny
yeah.
parts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll admit.
Oh,
there was-
100% funny. I
I
don't
had
think I
fun.
laughed
I
out.
had
I
fun.
did laugh out loud, though.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
There was some amusing parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that little end credit scene? Then I'm curious.
Yeah.
That little one.
That little one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I have a question. More questions than.
okay. I think I figured it out. So
Okay,
fire away.
Okay. All right. So my question on that is, the moment in time that Venom says, "I'm going to show you my
Yeah.
past" or whatever, was that just a spark at the same moment that something was going on in
Yes.
the multiverse? Because it seemed like that was the trigger that would
No.
purposely
That-
pull
that was-
Eddie Brock
that was a-
into
that was a
Spider-Man's
tease.
world.
That was a tease. I think for future stuff, but no, it
Okay.
happened to happen at the same time. It was one of those.
Right? Yeah, it was just just
So-
parallel happened at the time.
And now, a lot of people's question has been,
Yeah.
oh, is this like, is this right? Is this like coinciding with the end credit scene of Far From Home, or is this when Peter makes the wish? And I think it's when Peter makes the wish.
You mean
Yeah.
that's why it would
Yeah.
glitch like that? Why they
Would
would
Yeah.
glitch. Yeah.
all
It's
of
the
a
same
sudden
exact
being in-
sound, like the same lighting and shit.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't make the sound connection. That's a good.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
another thing,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sorry to say this, but first off, my video I think is incorrect. I think Venom is the sixth member.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was about to move on to that and say
Okay. All right.
So,
you had the cool Hobgoblin theory, but
Right.
having this scene in this movie
And-
with this
and
timing,
that's
coming out
that's
now,
why it was kept such a secret, and like none of the
Yeah.
least even knew who it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're leaning Venom now.
That
as
makes
the
sense. That they.
but
yeah.
but
yeah.
Levi is strongly disagreeing with me because like
Okay.
because Venom ended as like a hero and at the end of the movie, and they
Mhm.
he like licked the TV screen. He's going after Peter. Like he's I don't know.
Didn't he just
think-
say that guy though? He was like
he said that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
don't know.
I'm also curious at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mhm.
Do we think that Peter Parker is going to end up out of the MCU universe?
I
and-
have no idea how that movie's gonna end.
because it just feels like that Peter Parker will no longer be in the MCU universe temporarily until whatever rights or future things.
Yeah.
So
And he will end up
Um,
in the Venom universe instead. because-
I really do
Yeah.
not know.
yeah.
That's something that I
I'm
have
being
no
so
idea.
optimistic about
yeah.
just like, oh no,
I
they're
know,
gonna work
yeah,
it out.
yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
cooperate.
Me too. But
well,
still,
it is
Do it
interesting
for
that-
us.
'cause I didn't think
Yeah.
that they would bring Venom in, so that's
Yeah.
another step that's like quite
That's
interesting.
the thing
I
though.
don't
It's
know.
like, oh, if he shows up in Spider-Man, is this Tom
Yeah,
Hardy? Is Tom Hardy gonna be in Spider-Man? Is that what you're saying? It's gonna be Venom. He's gonna be in it. That's Johnny.
Oh, Tom Hardy's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tom Hardy is gonna show
Oh,
up in Far
yes.
From Home.
Sorry,
All right.
100%. Yes.
Or
He
No Way
also-
Home, rather. Sorry.
There was also a
Alright.
leaked picture that he posted himself, which doesn't make any sense,
okay.
of him with the No Way Home hat, and it got taken down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. He's like
All right.
sitting there, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
God. Anybody that's in close proximity professionally to Spider-Man. God damn it. Tom.
yeah.
It's the worst kept secret. The worst kept secret.
It
Like
ki- it
the
kind of
secrets in this
is.
movie have been the worst kept in like
Yeah.
in any Marvel
But
movie.
the thing
I've
is, I
ever
mean,
seen.
you know, how do you shoot a film
Andrew
outdoors without? Yeah, how do you shoot a film outdoors in public view of everything?
No.
You
They
know,
they
it's
they've
hard
been-
not to. It's
No,
hard
but
not
it
to.
hasn't even been in public. They've been
Yeah.
in private studios in Atlanta
Yeah, but
for the
still,
most part.
it's-
The only
it's-
stuff that they've done outside,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Yeah.
in public,
I did
has
point
been
out,
like with Tom, and like it's been like not
Right.
much.
Johnny,
Fair
I think
enough.
it was 2 weeks ago. It wasn't last week. I did point out though that like about how like when I was a kid in the collecting cards in the early 90s,
Yeah.
Venom was the current Spider-Man villain in the
Mm-hmm.
like that was the like so when you were thinking of Spider-Man, Venom's the bad guy.
Mhm.
And obviously like, you know, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films took their own course and we're already on our third generation of Spider-Man movies now. So
I mean-
we've really like seen basically like all of the villains at this point,
Yeah.
for the most part, in some form or another. But what I feel like once you introduce Venom as a villain in Spider-Man, I don't feel like you can screw that up. I mean, I know we've already had the what's his name version of Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Mhm.
What's his
Topher
name?
Grace.
Topher Grace. But to me, that was never Venom. It never was.
LeVar still hasn't seen Venom 2. He's watching with with his mic down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. he's seeing it later today, I think. Sorry, I had to cut it there. I was like, yeah.
Oh, well, that's commitment to the All New Nerds umbrella.
There you go.
The,
Exactly,
The
yeah.
Jedi Jive.
He's watching
Brent,
without
Age of
without-
Grogu. Anyway, no,
Yeah.
we know we appreciate your presence, Lavelle, even if you're not listening to us.
That's yes. Yeah.
But no, actually, we're not really talking. He won't hear this anyway because you have us muted.
Exactly.
We're-
Wait.
I was gonna say we're not really on
Yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
Venom spoilers so much right now.
Right.
More so the way Venom could connect to Spider-Man.
Yeah. I just think he's straight up gonna.
I just want that
sick.
relationship, Spider-Man and Venom, to be something significant. That's not just like a gimmick or a one-off.
Right,
Like, oh,
right.
he's gonna
this is the
show
thing,
up in this
it's-
movie. Like, it's got to
yeah,
be
really
a
tough.
multi-film
with-
relationship.
I know it's tough. It's
It's
tough
also
with-
not necessarily like they're not always enemies. Like sometimes they can. It's not necessarily like you said, Eddie Brock. It ends with like kind of him being the hero. Like it's Venom's not a bad guy. How could
Yeah.
he be the? But
It's
the
tough
villain,
with
yeah.
this. It's tough with this movie because
Yeah.
this is a-
actually, I was gonna say this does kind of tie back into Venom for me because I felt like one of the subject matters of Venom 2 that was kind of interestingly explored that I appreciated was the nature of abusive relationships in general, and that like Eddie and Venom are in an abusive relationship with one another, or like more so Venom abusing Eddie.
yeah.
But that
Yeah.
love dependent relationship, that like abusive dependent, like
yeah.
one needs the other and the other like they need each other and
Yeah.
they're hurting each other.
Which is kind of sad, really. It's pretty tragic when
Yeah,
you think
definitely.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
but
they both need each other to survive. Yeah.
yeah, I just they're pulling out all the stops for this movie, which I can appreciate, but I just think it leaves the future very grim. I mean, again, we don't know how it's gonna be after
I'm
this movie, but
I'm still holding myself back of going. I'm hearing all this news. We may see a Venom in the movie, we may not, and I'm not going to build myself up too much if that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm kind of
yeah,
looking
but it's
forward
just
to
one of those
whatever they
things. It's
give
like
us.
like they showed this,
Yeah.
and like I think it was purposeful, like the placement of this
Oh
movie.
yeah,
obviously,
no,
I
completely,
mean,
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just like I just don't see how he wouldn't be in it now because
Yeah.
of this scene.
Oh, I
Like,
agree. But the thing is he going to be in it for 30 seconds, or is he
But
going
also
to be
J.
in it
Jonah
for an
Jameson
entire
himself.
sequence?
J.
Yeah.
Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons,
mhm.
that being a connective thread in itself to
Yeah.
Sam Raimi.
It's same actor. Yeah, I see. What you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've kind of.
Well, it's interesting because we saw the Daily Bugle in this movie, and it's the
Yes.
same design as the Raimi verse. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
another thing that gets.
We can get
confusing, too.
Mustafar and What If. You can get
Yeah.
this can work, man.
I have one other thought. We still have between now and then. We have got the Eternals, and there's this whole 7
Oh my
days.
god, I
That's
forgot.
kind of
Something-
dropped off
some-
the radar a little bit.
But
yeah.
but
Oh
think
my
about
God.
this. Think about this for a second. There is this whole thing in the trailer about in 7 days everything's gonna go boom. There's something gonna be happening in 7 days within there. After Thanos, after all this, and I'm wondering whether that is also in the exact same time. Building right into the Spider-Man moment of whatever that event is that's going to happen. Do the Eternals fail to make it to solve it from collapsing? And obviously the most advanced thing we have seen so far of the timeline, I think, is the very end of Spider-Man, No Way Home, Far From Home. Sorry.
Yeah.
When we see that sequence and all that, and it seems like that is also some time after they got back from New York. So, is that scene from No Way Home actually a scene that hasn't taken place yet in the beginning of, does it take Doctor Strange to make this thing to happen, to have Spider-Man outed on screen by Joe Jonah Jameson? Is my other question too there, if that makes any sense. Because part of me questions whether Joe Jonah Jameson even exists in that Marvel timeline, as we've never seen him before, but you got this big guy on the screen saying Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And is that a moment in time as the furthermost point of the stories to date that we have seen? And will all this build up, including the Eternals, just prior to Spider-Man Far From Home, No Way Home, take place to connect it all to that moment in time? Anyway, it's going to be an interesting. It's like a weaver webs.
Yeah.
If you pardon the concept.
Interesting thought. I'm not like shooting it down by any means, but I mean, the Eternals is like they've said like it's definitely its own thing. Like it's connected, but it's like not. They said that it's really
They
like
could say that all they want. We know there's
Right.
going to be some sort of time.
No, I mean they again they
tease.
reference
Even if it's the
ending.
last, even Shang-Chi had that little tease at the end, that kind of foreshadowed into. So even if Eternals is its own total thing, and the last 30 seconds of Eternals is a direct tie into, No Way Home,
Right. Yeah.
it's still going to be this moment of epicness, and everyone's going to go wow, and we're all going to be excited and hyped. So, it's going to be it's fun times that we're in.
I was thinking about WandaVision
Yes.
and how we were talking about the inception of the new Avengers eventually, and the what is gonna bring even though these may be separate stories now, eventually 5 years from now they're gonna want to culminate everything and take the connective threads that they've been harvesting, right, and bring everything together. And we can't we already had the Avengers, but there's going to be a new squad of people that are going to form at some point to fight an even bigger,
Yeah.
So you can introduce Angelina Jolie as a character in this movie. That you don't want it to necessarily just be some separate, insignificant thing. Eventually, it's gonna.
I feel like it is gonna. I mean, eventually, sure, but I think for now, I think it is gonna be kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My internet's.
I question how much is gonna be connected. I don't know, but yeah, I completely forgot about that movie. So I don't know.
Only in a few weeks' time.
Lavelle, it sounds like doesn't like the acting in Eternals just from the trailer alone. which is hard to.
It's hard to tell from
They
that.
have a couple of those really like humorous trailer jokes that they show, where it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
I mean, I like the
IKEA
actors
fall
that
collection.
I know of.
Haha.
Yeah.
Very-
I like the actors that I know of. You know.
Mhm.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of different things that could happen.
Yeah. I feel like this movie was their like kind of redo on Inhumans.
Hmm.
Because there was going to be an Inhumans movie, and then they did
But
that
you're
crappy.
talking about Eternals.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think my point was I think this is like their redo of
Right.
Inhumans because they were gonna have the movie. It was gonna be a movie,
Right.
and then they
Pulled it,
scrapped it for
yeah.
a show.
I actually never watched the other shows. So
Oh, I
just
yeah.
didn't have an interest.
I didn't either. It looked awful, and it got terrible reviews, and said yeah. But anyways, so
They've already done a lot of introducing
Anyways,
of new so far. This
it's very
year.
similar to Inhumans though. Even the lineup, like
Really?
it's
Okay.
the character. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the comic backstories of those characters. so
Yeah. They
it's-
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
All right.
I mean, but that's not like necessarily a bad thing towards Eternals, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that excited to see it to be honest. But hopefully, like I walk out
Really? You're not excited?
for Eternals.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
I know all your
visually it
energy
looks
is going to
beautiful.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You got tunnel
Yeah.
vision on
I
Spider-Man.
got Dylan on
Yeah.
that Spider-Man train too. He just finished playing the
Okay.
PS4 game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you ever
Nice.
play that, Mike?
I have. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
So.
It's the best of the Spider-Man games so far, I would say,
Yes.
in terms of.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Anyways.
it a lot.
Right.
It's so much fun.
Video games, that's another thing, man. Just thinking about the
Wolverine game, Spider-Man
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
All
Yeah.
the like, apparently like again it just baffles me how we haven't gotten a Star Wars game, but you know, Star Wars games.
Well, there was the
I'm
Jedi
still,
Hunter,
I'm still salty about Battlefront 2. You know
right?
how they just stopped live service. They could have kept going with like working alongside the
I
shows.
am still waiting for the day that we. Oh my God! I pray someday we get an open world Star Wars. Go anywhere you want in the galaxy. Be
Lego Star Wars, the
Skyrim, like
Skywalker saga.
Skyrim and Star Wars,
That-
basically.
that-
Lego
that
Star
actually-
Wars,
yeah.
the Skywalker
Make your own
saga.
character. You want to be a
That-
bounty hunter. You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be an Empire. You want to be a Sith. You want to be
Lego Star Wars, a Skywalker.
a farmer.
saga.
Like I want to be a moisture farmer on Tatooine. Like you can be anything you want to be and do like
That
Sims.
that might
Star
just very
Wars
well get me
Sims.
into computer games, because I'm not much of a gamer. So
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also follow like a storyline, and I don't know. This have you
Yeah.
guys ever played Skyrim, or just
Mhm.
one of those
No.
open world
Yeah.
games where it's like you make the game happen yourself. You
Yeah.
choose
Right,
which
right.
missions
Yeah,
you
like
want
the
to do.
Bethesda
You-
games. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and you don't have to play the missions if you don't want. You can
Yeah.
just wander around and
right.
kill dragons.
Well,
and
we
talk to
have
people,
we
yeah.
have an open world Star Wars game coming out. You know,
They
I
said,
think I
yeah,
forget
there
who's
was
working
rumor
on
of
it.
this, but I haven't heard much more.
Ubisoft, I think. Might be.
Maybe Ubisoft. Oh yeah, and they do. Do they do Uncharted? No.
No, Assassin's Creed, and I think maybe Uncharted too. They do Assassin's Creed. I know that.
Oh wait, no. Uncharted was Naughty Dog.
Oh, right. But
Yeah,
Ubisoft
and
is Assassin's Creed. They've done
Even
other
man,
titles
even
too.
no man, a Naughty Dog Star Wars game that would be insane. Holy shit.
Hmm.
Last of
Yeah.
Us. Last of Us was definitely one of my favorite games for a while.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you haven't played the? Did you play the
Yeah,
original?
No,
Last
I
of
haven't
Us?
played it either. No.
Ah,
No,
okay.
I
Do you know
gotta-
the like story?
I know the
and all
story,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
alright.
excited for the
That's-
show though.
It's probably like the best part of the game.
There was
is the
actually
story.
did you see the still of for the series for Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, I didn't see this still, but
Oh yeah, there's one.
when I heard the
still.
announcement of it, I was
They look
kind of
good.
like, Ugh,
No, it looks good. Let
I
me
don't know.
let me try to find it right now. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Pedro Pascal, huh?
Yep. It looks very good. So
I mean, that's interesting. I'm definitely interested.
This is a game or a series?
this is a series based off a game.
Yeah, this is the series. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading about the series. I'll check out the series for sure.
Oh God, no!
yeah,
I'm not gonna be. Probably you're not gonna be. Oh Jesus!
yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
It's all
I'll
good.
send it to you. I'll send it to you
Yeah,
later.
that's all good. I mean, guys, I'm excited. It's like
Oh, totally.
December is going to be insane. I don't know if
it's going to be a little hard to comprehend all
crazy
this
Yeah,
content. Yeah, this content is going to be
Yeah.
overflowing at
Book
times.
of Boba Fett, Hawkeye, No Way Home.
Eternals, everything. Yeah. It's just-
Jenny
it's-
and I were talking about
crazy.
Hawkeye and how kind of like
Very excited
of
for
all of
Hawkeye.
the characters we've seen so far, he's probably
Yeah.
like the least. I don't want to say least interesting. Like people enjoy
Oh
Hawkeye.
God, I
Oh.
am the most. This is the series I'm most excited for.
Okay,
Really?
well, I think now that we've
Okay.
gotten a trailer for it and it looked so
Yeah.
fun and like it's just a
Yeah,
fun
it looks
holiday
definitely
series.
looks fun. Yeah.
I feel like though beforehand, you could
Oh.
say that there was at least some interest in Loki and Wanda. And,
Yes,
and
but
Bucky
comparatively, like if they all came out at the same time, I feel like I would lean towards Hawkeye.
oh, okay.
Really?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I do think
Okay.
it's going to be fun. I don't
I'm very
necessarily.
Especially for a couple things that might or might not happen that pretty much are confirmed but might happen. I don't
We
know,
all
like-
agree though that
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
yeah.
It looks like it's going down the exact same route as Black Widow. In terms of the like, it's called Black
Oh,
Widow,
right.
but
Yeah.
really
Has
it's
to
about
down,
the
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the origin story of the
Torch, I
sidekick
guess. Yeah.
character. more
In a
than
way.
anything.
Oh, Yelena's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yelena will
Yeah.
be in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, it looks like
again,
my,
it's just an
my
interesting
internet
set of
connection is
characters
just
to
not
put them into
cooperating
a
with us
TV
today.
verse and just fill out their
Yeah.
stories a little bit more. I'm excited for
Oh yeah. Me
Hawkeye
too.
for that reason. So
Yeah.
Me too.
yeah.
Can't wait.
And
I
Yeah.
just don't like the fact that the season finale is going to air on the same day
Oh,
as
it's-
Book of Boba. That's
it's-
tearing me apart.
Oh wait
Yeah.
a minute, season finale of Hawkeye.
They're
Oh,
just-
is it?
it's
It's
December
6
20
episodes.
It's
6
December
episodes, right?
29th. Yeah, unless they change that last
same
date
thing.
and they do it at like a Christmas
Yeah,
night or
no,
something.
dude,
It's
no.
infuriating.
It is
infuriating.
No.
both on the same night.
Oh
infuriating.
god, it makes
The
me
29th.
It
yeah.
divides the fan bases,
Yeah.
and it's just
Ugh,
it's
Yeah.
just
so.
put Boca Boba on Friday.
I know.
Yeah,
bro.
I know. Yeah.
It's
Friday-
not
mean,
hard.
Look,
Perfect.
I mean,
Friday was
they put the Lego Halloween special on a Friday night this past week, and it was great.
Oh, right, it was on a
It
Friday.
was on a Friday.
Dude,
it was on the first. Yeah.
I cannot
my God,
imagine
dude.
that
Yeah.
like when Loki came out on Wednesdays and
Yeah.
Bad Batch was on Fridays that they
Yeah.
like were like, oh look, it looks like our numbers
Yeah.
are better on Wednesdays. Like
I don't.
don't tell
get
me that they released
Yeah.
The Mandalorian on Fridays and like don't see like
Yeah.
the numbers
Yeah.
compared to so I.
The
It's
man,
hard to-
yeah. I mean,
I don't
if
know.
they, if you had a choice and you couldn't watch one of those shows for an entire week, just per chance, it's always going to be Star Wars for me over Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, of
but
course,
at the same time, it's like
I want to see the finale of that.
Brent,
shit.
it's 3 a.m. for us over here, man. I know it's
Yeah,
midnight
good
for you, bro.
point. Good point. It's only
It's
midnight.
a
for me.
struggle
Just-
for yeah.
Just say that.
Yeah, yeah.
3 a.m. on Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I mean, I did.
Let's pick the worst part of the week. 3 a.m. on a Wednesday.
I ended
What?
up by watching and recording both.
How about midnight on Friday, East Coast time, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific?
Give us.
How about
give us
that?
Give
Yeah.
us a year. Give
Make
us a
it
year
prime
of,
time
yeah,
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated
agree.
just talking about it.
I know, Mike.
I do
it's-
agree. I do agree.
It's really annoying.
Yep.
I know I have a reaction channel and I'm feeling selfish about it, but it just makes no sense.
No,
to me.
it's not. Regardless of that, it divides the fan base. Like
Yeah.
the fan base. It doesn't make any sense. Any sense.
There has to be. I mean, they're not just like randomly do it. There has to be some sort of like
Yeah.
programming. Maybe it's like, oh,
because
they know.
they want their stuff to be trending like at all times and releasing two
No,
things.
but also, do you remember when they
day.
released Mandalorian that there were issues with Disney Plus when it first came out, where it was like crashing for some people, and like maybe that they figured out during COVID that like there's way too much traffic during those peak hours, and they're purposefully releasing it at 3 a.m. to spread the traffic out more, and let the curve kind of
I would
rise
say
a little more as opposed to
they're even giving more traffic by doing two things
Yeah.
on the same day.
yeah, but I know, but when it's 3 a.m. in the East Coast, you're killing the traffic enough so that it builds, but it builds by 6 a.m.
Yeah.
instead of like all at once, right, everybody tries
guess,
to access
yeah.
the same
Right, right.
thing
So,
Yeah.
instantaneously.
I don't know. It
That's the
doesn't
only
make,
real
it
world
doesn't make
explanation
any
I can
logical
Yeah, yeah,
sense
yeah,
for me.
yeah,
I just
totally.
don't. I really don't. And they haven't explained it yet too. So it's just
Yeah.
it's odd. It's really odd. And I really hope they reconsider changing it
I really do. I hope so.
because
Yeah.
it-
Well,
it
at this
just-
point, they've already they've announced Boba Fett. There's a poster. It's that
Yeah.
they're not going back on that.
Beautiful poster. Beautiful
Yeah,
poster.
great. It's great, but
Yeah.
that's that. They're not going to make that Friday and be. Well, you know what? They did change Loki.
They changed. Yeah, I don't know.
They
They
did
changed
change
stuff in the
Loki.
past.
I mean,
so,
they-
I don't
they-
know.
And that was highly
they-
anticipated.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we still may get, as I said, we still may get a season finale of.
was that like a couple weeks
Wow.
before Loki that they changed it to? I feel like it was.
Yeah, it was
It
pretty
was
soon, yeah.
like the week before or something, or a
We
couple weeks.
Yeah. We still may see the
It was
season
short
finale of
notice.
Hawkeye on a Christmas night, though. They still may do that to us. They may end up.
Well, yeah. I mean, because the show is.
it
running
makes
through on
sense.
Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or even on Either way, it's still something I'll be watching. Whatever day they drop it on, I'll still be watching it. Both of them.
I mean, depending on how well Hawkeye does too, like for all you know, like that might be that finale might be super anticipated for all you know.
Yeah. But for me, Book of Boba season premiere is even more so.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like I'm going
Yeah.
to watch that first. Like if it really
Yeah.
comes down to it.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's very disappointing, but I
Yeah.
hope they change it. So.
I'm still, you know what? I'm not gonna let that kill my excitement though, because it's
No, totally.
No.
Book of
It's
Boba.
just
Let's go. Let's fucking
Yeah.
go. I want
Totally.
it. I want
I
it.
agree.
I'm so
I mean,
excited.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
the first week. But
I'm
after
also, you
that-
know what? I'm also excited for. I'm excited to get back into the volume, the way that they used it in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
just
yeah.
that style of filmmaking is
Yeah,
so appealing, and I'm watching The Mandalorian over again.
I'm
recently.
excited for
Right.
for a lot of things.
I mean,
about this,
how like give me a percentage. How Tatooine dominant do you think Book of Boba is going to be? Is it going to be 100% on Tatooine?
I
every
know,
episode?
I know one planet we're going to for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It
If you,
seems
if you want me
like
to say,
I want you to say that. If you
Okay.
know it, do you know it from
Uh,
something leaked, or do you know it like because it's a?
I'll explain why it makes a lot of sense.
okay.
So, if you play Battlefront 2, if you go to the map in Takodana, the slave one is parked there, and they have not
Okay.
explained that. Nobody
Alright.
has explained that. And
No,
that was a
could just be a video.
That was
game
a
Easter egg.
2017 game. No, I know, but think about it.
Didn't somebody
That's-
just point out that the
Well,
Razor Crest is at
sequel
Maz's
era.
castle in
It's sequel
Force
era.
Awakens?
Yeah.
It's a sequel era map. So why would Slave One still be there? That makes no sense. Why would
Wait,
So-
sequel era.
yeah?
But Book of
Takodana.
Boba is pre-sequel.
I know.
Right.
That's my point. Is why is it there for so long? You get what I'm saying? Not really.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Bit of a stretch, really?
Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
All right.
It's-
Well,
I don't
anyways,
know.
Boba is
yeah.
supposed to go to Takodana, and that's we're supposed to get
Okay.
an explanation on
Okay.
why the Slave One's there.
Hmm.
All right. Okay.
I guess we're
I'm
calling
imagining
it.
some kind of deal with Maz or something.
It's always going to be called Slave One now, but Fire Spray is the style
Yeah,
of
Sorry.
ship,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah. It's
I-
slave,
no,
it's slave one to
It's
me.
Slave One.
It's Slave One
that
to
is-
me.
that has been one of the dumbest arguments in
yeah.
the Star Wars fans
I
for
do
a-
agree.
for a
Yeah,
while. So
yeah,
I don't care.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that, folks, Johnny doesn't care.
I do not care.
All right, you know what? And also with that, we're gonna wrap the stream up. I'm
All
sorry
right.
for the internet issues today, guys. It's just I'm ghetto. I'm gonna have to up my internet game. It looks like. But I may also try StreamYard. I know you said you're kind of going back on it. Everybody uses
It's
StreamYard.
easy.
That's kind of my other downside of it is everybody's stream is the same. Everybody's
know.
got the same StreamYard
Yeah, yeah.
format.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I
that's
like having a
also
little bit of a
part of-
uniqueness.
yes,
Right.
That's also
But-
part of why we want to.
I also want my stream to work, and I don't want you guys being like, "It's laggy. This
Yeah.
sucks."
Yeah.
But
no, StreamYard
anyway,
like StreamYard is easier even on the internet too.
I'm sure there's a way on StreamYard too that I can set it up exactly the way I have this set up too, right?
I mean, you could go with the free version, but you're gonna always get their logo up
Yeah,
there.
you're
It's
gonna
just,
get a
you know,
watermark and
if
stuff.
you
Like, can I
just-
use a video
yeah,
file
yeah.
as a background like I do on my stream,
Yeah.
or does it have to be a?
Yeah.
No, you can.
Okay, cool.
You can.
But you
Well,
just
I might-
you just have a stamp kind of.
maybe
like
next week
Right.
we'll try the
Yeah.
free
Yeah.
version of
Yeah.
StreamYard and see how
Yeah.
it works
You
for
can- yeah,
Jedi
Yeah,
Jive.
yeah,
play
yeah,
around.
yeah.
I don't care
Play
if there's
around
a
with it.
watermark on it.
Yeah.
We'll
This
make
has
it
been
work.
Fun.
Yeah,
Guys,
no.
yes, Brent, I am so glad you came finally. I don't know
Thank
how
you
it
for having
took
me.
us
I
to
know,
get you on,
Yeah,
man.
I
and we're
appreciate
gonna,
it.
like I
enjoyed
said,
it.
under the all new Nerds umbrella, we're all family. And
Yeah,
we're-
yeah.
we love
Totally.
having everybody
Mhm.
contribute to these conversations. And Johnny, thanks for popping in, man.
Oh, of course.
I was
Well,
prepared
being
to. I was prepared to do a one-on-one with Brent today.
No,
but-
I know. I just
That's
saw
cool, man.
your.
No,
message
no,
and
man.
I-
We the more the merrier. And
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, Levi's not feeling well today. We'll
Yes,
we'll
I didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
know he was not
Get
feeling
well,
well.
Levi.
I'll have to check in
But
on
Brent,
him.
no, yeah, well, Brent, we'll have you back on again soon, man.
Oh, I'd love to.
Because-
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I do love you having in the chat, honestly, and the first people to comment on reaction videos. So I
the chat
appreciate
are great.
your.
You've got
he's
a
the
great.
man.
You both have a great chat. You know, the chat are always awesome to interact with. So, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have you Wrench and Lavelle have to have some competition in there. You gotta keep people. In
Oh
check.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to keep. They got to keep us on our toes.
Yeah. Lavelle, Wrench, all you guys. Thanks for
Everybody else.
joining,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
and enjoy your week.
Yes.
Go check out All New Nerds. Subscribe. They're almost to 1,000 subscribers. It is.
I know.
You know
We're-
what? It's gonna be before the end of the year.
We're shooting.
100%.
We're shooting for. I don't know.
One
Yeah.
episode of do a
We
reaction.
have a lot of. We have a lot of
You guys will
videos
do it.
upcoming.
Oh,
so
You guys will
wait,
do it.
have you guys talked about? Are you doing watch-alongs for Book of Boba? or
for
are you
Boba,
gonna-
we'll do reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do reactions?
Yeah.
Edited.
Cause yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back.
There you go, buddy. I think a couple of those, especially a
Reaction
finale.
videos are
Although
fun.
a finale might
yeah.
be until what, February? Because if the first episode's
Yeah.
ended December.
But the first
we're-
episode's probably gonna
Yeah.
be.
Did
pretty
they
big.
announce
The
the
big
number of
one.
episodes for Book of Boba? Was it 8 episodes?
I want to say it was 8. I've read, but I could be wrong. It's hard to tell until you have an
8
official.
sounds right, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
how that
Okay, so
actually
we're
went.
looking February finale
Might be
then.
6. I don't know.
Or if the
Wait.
first episode
We'll-
is on
we'll
December
find out.
29th. Yeah, it'll be like first week. It'll be Super Bowl. Oh, Book of Boba finale will have a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Eight.
okay. That makes sense, right? Super Bowl
Yeah.
finale or Super Bowl.
Is that?
that'll line up first
Oh,
week of
really?
February, right? Isn't that
Oh,
Super
really?
Bowl?
I don't know.
That would be dope. Book of Boba finale trailer at the
Yep.
day.
That'd
We'll
be
see.
cool.
I hope it's that hype. I hope we're that. I hope we're like.
Yeah.
I hope Book of Boba builds to something crazy. Oh yeah, one more question. Do you think
Yeah.
Din Djarin is going to appear in Book of Boba?
I think so.
Like one episode briefly stops in to Johnny's smiling because he knows something, and I'm going to stop the stream before Johnny spoils.
If Johnny does know something, I don't want to know, but I'm gonna say he'll be at least one.
that
possibly
face, that
two.
face, Johnny. Just I know nothing. I know nothing.
Johnny looks like he needs to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of Oasis, guys.
It's funny.
Jesus Louise.
Yeah.
Of course. And with that, we're talking about Oasis. I'm going to end this
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
All right, guys. Peace out. Go to Brent, Age of
Thanks a
Grogu.
lot.
Check out his reactions and go check out all
guys.
the
Go to Brent's
nerds.
channel.
Thank
And
you,
thanks
guys.
for joining us, guys.
All right.
You're the best.
Bye.
Later.
Later.